Jim lay dazed and confused. He had been taking a regular passenger train when it happens, though nobody knows how it happens. He was making good time, then all of a sudden the car drove up on the road, something the engines called road rebels. He had smashed right into the car's side. His buffers had dented the car severely, and the two people inside had to be taken to hospital quickly. The car would have to go to repairs, and some of his passengers were injured, though nobody had died, thankfully. But John the OH hunter had to come and collect him, as he was too shocked to move. The car lay there for a very long time. Back at the station, back in the yard, Grant was just getting filled up and ready for the afternoon when John returned. He had put Jim in the express engine siding as the engine was derailed slightly by the points, since those points were only really meant for express engines because they were heavy enough to take it, but lighter engines like a 5700 class couldn't go over them. "What happened?" asked Thorpal. John explains. Jim was too horrified to answer. Soon the shed master made his way over. Jim looked sadly ahead. "The accident wasn't your fault. Those people should have known better to take the level crossing further down." The level crossing, in which the shed master was speaking, was only a couple of miles away from where the crash had happened, though nowhere in sight by the town, because the town's people found it irritating, for some odd reason, to hear the gates closing and opening. So anyway, the accident wasn't your fault. Those people should have known better than to cross there. "Yes, sir." "Excuse me, sir." "Yes, Jim. Is there going to be an inquiry, sir?" "Yes, most likely. So this evening I'll have you re-railed and I'll have you pushed up against the buffers. And your crew will not come tomorrow. Not because you are in trouble, but because the inspector will need to talk to you." "Yes, sir." Everyone looked sadly down. The coaches had to be repaired from the crash, so only the freight services would be operating. But Grant had to take it backwards. Jim, still too shocked to say anything, stayed silent. But Thorpal asked him a question. "Why are you taking it like that?" "Oh, you see, my back coupling is damaged and the front coupling is too weak on the first truck. And besides, it's going in the direction I'm facing at the moment." "Oh, I see," said Thorpal. Everyone except the 4F were silent, because the 4F was just asking his maintenance crew how long the repairs would take. They didn't know how long it would take, because you see, this 4F had been taken from Barry's scrapyard, so he was in quite bad condition. Meanwhile, back at Jim, the inspector had arrived. "Jim, isn't it?" "Yes, sir." "Well, there's no need to fear. I've understood that it's not your fault. But if you could tell me what the actions of you yesterday." Well, sir, you see, sir, I had been delayed at the station because of a late passenger. I didn't mind though, I could make up the time, as it's a 60 mph speed limit in some places. But I still didn't quite feel right, sir, because as I as I came round that bend, I saw a car come round. Saw the car get stuck. I shouted to my driver. My driver closed the regulator, put on the brake, then threw me into reverse to try and slow me down quicker. I was going 50 by the time I hit them. Excuse me, sirs. Yes, Jim, answered the said master. Are the people I hit okay? Okay. They're stable at the moment, but they're in. Let's just say they're in heavy observation by the doctors. That did not sound good at all. Jim's front would have to be repaired, and the engines would have a long time to recover from this. Everyone felt like Jim. Everyone didn't say. The engines didn't say anything, but they felt like Jim had let them down by hitting those people, and Jim would have a rough time from then on. Until the next series, goodbye.